What Do Authors Do? By Eileen Cristillo. But I like the beginning. Once upon a time, on a dark and stormy night. I'll change chapter 2 instead. You'll love my new ending, Max. Changes, changes, changes. Do you think they will ever finish their books? What do authors do? Authors get ideas for books at the strangest moments. Rufus, bad dog, woof woof. Run, Max, hiss, hiss. Run, Rufus. Max, stop. Help. And the duck is saying, what? What got into those two? No one would believe this story. Story? A chapter book about Rufus and Max? A picture book about Max and Rufus. When authors have ideas for books, they start to write. There once was a dog who chased a cat. Exit off. Rufus was a dog who liked to chase. That's me. Once upon a time, scratch, a cat named Max made friends with a dog. Max was a famous cat. He was, scratch, every day that's me. Sometimes it is difficult to find the words. Some authors write notes about what might happen in the story. They make lists or outlines. Dog chases cat, cat chases dog, dog jumps into the wagon, scratch, dog runs into the woods, cat follows, terrible storm, dog rescues cat, lost in the woods, a long trip. These are all ideas. Some authors who write picture books are also illustrators. Sometimes they sketch as they write. The sketches give them ideas. Cats like to chase dogs, walks around town looking for dogs to chase. Trouble? That's me. The cat likes to chase dogs. Max walked around town looking for dogs to chase. That cat needs to be locked up. Trouble. Sometimes authors need more information. How good is a dog's sense of smell? Why do dogs chase cats? What would a dog eat if he were lost in the woods? So they go to libraries, historical societies, museums. They read books, old newspapers, magazines, letters, and diaries written long ago. They take notes. They interview people. They take more notes. They listen and watch. Then they write and write and write and cross things out, throw parts of the story away, and start again. Some authors read their stories to their families. Their families make suggestions. Sometimes they read to author friends in writers' groups. The friends make suggestions. Sometimes authors get stuck, so they put their books away for a while. But usually, when they're doing something else, they get unstuck. Then they start to write again. Authors who are also illustrators make a dummy of the book to show how it will look with the illustrations. It can take 1 year, 2 years, or more to finish writing a manuscript. When the stories are finished, authors send their manuscripts to publishers. Sometimes they wait for weeks or months to hear whether the publishers like their books. Most authors receive rejection letters. Some rejection letters are encouraging. Some are not. But authors are very persistent people. They work on their manuscripts some more. They send their manuscripts out to other publishers. Authors are very pleased when they find a publisher. But that's not the end of writing a book. There is still more work to do. Authors have to sign contracts or agreements with the publishers. Authors go to the publisher's office to talk to their editors. Authors work on their stories with the editors. Editors suggest ways to make the stories even better. The author makes changes. After the authors have made all the changes, designers decide how the book will look. They choose the size and shape of the book. They decide which type styles to use. They design the cover. Designers choose illustrators for the books. Picture authors who do their own illustrations go over their artwork with the designer. The designer makes suggestions. It can take 4 months or more to finish all of the illustrations for a picture book. When the illustrations are finished, they need to be checked to see if anything has been left out. When the story is set in type, it needs to be checked for mistakes. Don't forget the dedication or the author photo. After the authors have sent all of the corrections and changes to the publisher, they won't see their books again until they are printed and bound. When the designers have pasted up the words and the pictures on the right pages, the author's books are sent to the printers. The printed sheets of paper go to the bindery where they are folded, gathered, trimmed, stitched, and glued into the covers by huge machines. The books are finished, thousands of them. They are packed into boxes and sent to the publishers' warehouses. Copies are sent to the authors. Now that the books are published, it's a good time to celebrate. But the authors start to worry. How are people going to find out about their books? Are people going to like them? Magazines and newspapers review their books. Some reviews are wonderful. Some are not. Authors tell people about their books at schools and libraries. They answer questions. They autograph their books at bookstores. But more important, authors are thinking about ideas for their next books. I think I'll write about a terrible storm. I think I'll write about a blinding blizzard. Boys and girls, this story shows us that an author's job is never done. Authors have so many things that they're going to do. They're going to write, they're going to make changes, and they're going to polish and finalize their final work. And even then, they're still not done because then they'll need to add some images or illustrations to their stories. So good authors are working to make a good piece of writing that they are constantly changing.